to the end zone. What a catch! McIntyre, touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
Good afternoon and welcome to this NFHS Network presentation of the MIAA Division II State Championship in baseball here in Massachusetts. We're broadcasting live from Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross. I'm Paul Healy along with Jacob Van Ryn. Dave Blanchard is our producer running our graphics, and Mark Bassler is our cameraman unless he gets blown off the top of the press box. Jacob, this should be a heck of a game between the number 1 seed Milton Wildcats and the KP Warriors.
Top 2 seeds. The bracket is basically held up. It's run according to form. Milton has had a tremendous season from start to finish. They have entered the season with lofty accolades, a number of Division I commits, high-level baseball program top to bottom, and KP, they've peaked at the right time. They played in a very difficult Hockomock League. We'll talk more about that as the game goes on, my friend, as you and I are both very, very keenly aware of that conference. But they've gotten hot at the right time. KP feels like they are peaking and playing their best baseball at the right time of year, and they're very confident heading in against a very good Milton team, obviously.
In the semifinals, KP beat Mansfield 1-0 behind the right arm of Tommy Martorano. He was injured in his first start of the season, missed 2 months.
He was awesome.
It was his first start since the first week of the season. He threw a one-hitter. Sean Laguerre knocked in Matt Kelly for the only run in that victory over Mansfield. Milton played another Hockomock League team, North Attleboro, scored 9 runs in the first inning, sent 14 men to the plate on the way to a 13-6 victory.
Yeah, a very different set of circumstances in terms of how they got here, but they got here. Obviously, exciting time for these student-athletes, and congratulations to both programs on reaching this part of the season. Obviously, only 10 teams still playing baseball in the state of Massachusetts this time of year, and these are 2 of them.
Charles Walker is a starting pitcher for Milton. He's heading to Northeastern University. Max Robinson steps into the box. The left-handed batter looks at ball 1. Robinson, a sophomore first baseman. He'll be followed by Matt Kelly, a junior left fielder, and Sean Laguerre, the senior shortstop. Low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. I messed up, Jacob. I didn't get the umpires' names before this game.
Well, as I always like to say, if we're talking about the umps, then we're not doing things right. They're not doing their job. So hopefully we won't have to mention them.
Good point.
Walker's got electric stuff. He throws. He can hit 90 on the gun.
Wow.
He's very good. His fastball is his best pitch, no surprise. And he is very talented, a reason he's going to play Division I baseball.
2-1 count. That's grounded towards the shortstop. Raging to his left is McHugh. Fires across in time as Robinson, beaten by a half a step. Hope he's okay as he tripped on the bag.
Yeah, he looked like he might have rolled his ankle on the bag, and this is a scary moment right now for KP. This is their starting first baseman, a very big part of their team. Bang Bang play at first. I thought he actually might have beaten it, but the umpire said he got him by a half step, and he remains down there past that first base bag.
Trainer comes out. KP is coached by Jeff Plimpton. He is a KP graduate, went to Plymouth State as well. It looks like his left shoulder that's bothering him.
Weird.
Robeson went to Plymouth State. And for Milton High, their Brendan Morrissey is the coach in his 5th year. He is a Milton High School grad, went to St. A's where he didn't play varsity sports but dominated intramurals.
I respect that. As somebody who played at intramurals in my college days, not good enough to play Division I at Colgate, that's for sure.
Swing and a miss to Matt Kelly, the junior left fielder, on a breaking ball from Walker.
I'll tell you, this KP program, we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. They're thinking about today, but they're not going anywhere. They have a lot of talented underclassmen, and Coach Plimpton has done an outstanding job with that program.
And more than half the kids on the roster, there's a ton of them, also football players.
Yes.
Their starting pitcher today is Rudy Gately. Absolutely tough as nails running back.
Yeah, very good top to bottom, very good sports program, as you know very well over there at KP. They've won state titles in football in recent memory.
Yeah, got to call some of those. That pitch is high. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Matt Kelly. Defensively for Milton, Donovan is the catcher, Fallon at third base, McHugh's the shortstop, Kelly at second base, Dexter at first. Breaking ball called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I should say bright lights, Dexter. We'll talk about that later. The outfield left to right, Finnegan, Olivier, and Domino. Ground ball towards Walker. runs towards first base, underhands it there. 1-3 if you're scoring home. At home, 2 up, 2 down. Jake, yep.
Yeah, he's got very good makeup on the mound. I mean, you can just see Walker and his composure and his delivery and sort of his pace and the way he handles himself, that he's got the utmost confidence in what he's doing, and with good reason.
Milton baseball hasn't been in a championship game since 1974, when I was a sophomore in high school. They lost that one. Called strike in the lower part of the zone to Sean Laguerre. Sean had the only RBI in the game in their win against Mansfield. Interesting, when they did the starting lineups, usually the players run out individually and line up on the base path. Milton stayed together as a team.
I will say that I think that's become a little bit overblown since the Patriots did it when they shocked the Rams back about 20 years ago in the Super Bowl. But I do respect it, and I think it speaks to probably the culture in the program.
There's a shot up the middle, our first hit of the game. Sean Laguerre, a base hit to center field. Maybe that's why he hits third.
They call him the best hitter in the history of the program, and
Wow.
with good reason. He is very special. He's very talented, and speaking with Coach Plimpton, he said whether he's ahead 2-0, whether he's behind 0-2, it does not matter.
Wow.
He has the same approach, the same skill set, and he saw a good example right there. He falls behind, takes a fastball right back up the middle for the game's first hit.
I was trying to find the quote from one of the Milton players. I think it was McHugh who said Donovan, excuse me. It's the name in the front of the jersey that matters.
Yep.
Curveball is low to Brendan Senkaj, the junior right fielder. Ball 1.
Can you look at this lineup? Sophomore, junior, senior, then junior, junior, sophomore. So,
Wow.
I mean, KP has a very relatively young lineup, but a very bright future.
Yep. Unless the track coach poaches him away next year.
I think that's going to happen.
Or the lacrosse coach. 2-0. 2-0, you mean. 2-0. Brendan Senkaj, an outstanding arm in right field. And, the wind has shifted from our first game. It seems to be blowing in right now. It was blowing out for our Division 5 game. Holds up in the breaking ball, 3-0.
It's interesting. He's kept everything off speed here in this delivery to Senkaj. Very sort of keenly aware. He did not want to throw him a fastball, and he's missed all 3 of his offerings.
Good lead for Laguerre. Called strike on the lower part of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike.
How about that? His 3-0 pitch is a breaking ball.
Yeah.
How rare. You don't ever see that in high school. People don't ever see that in the major leagues, let alone at the high school level.
Swing and a miss. Now the count is full. A little bit ahead of that breaking ball.
All 5 pitches to Senkaj have been off-speed stuff. Again, both these teams saw the other team play earlier this week by virtue of the fact that the KP Mansfield semifinal game was Thursday and Milton played North Attleboro on Wednesday.
Runner is going on the pitch. Called strike on the outside edge as Walker comes all the way back. After 1/2 inning of play, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. For the Warriors, Wildcats coming to the plate.
Big Icky protects more than his quarterback. With Safer's ProTech, he's also protecting his brain.
For the last 3 years, I've been able to walk off the field without even a headache.
Big Icky is not just a football player. He's an all-ACC academic performer and on North Carolina State's Dean's List. He and his teammates wear ProTechs because they are scientifically proven to reduce force impact by as much as 72%. Football can be played safer. Safer through science. Safersports.com.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network. We get ready for the bottom of the first inning as the number 1 seed, Milton Wildcats, come to bat looking for their first ever state title in baseball. They'll send up Jimmy Fallon, the leadoff hitter and third baseman, followed by Shea Donovan, the catcher, and Charles Walker, the pitcher. So we have a Jimmy Fallon for Milton in this game, and we had a Ryan Reynolds for Hopedale in last game.
Well, for Hopedale, it didn't pay dividends having a star for them, obviously, as they dropped the D5 state title game. Congratulations to Mount Greylock winning that one earlier today. And obviously that Milton hopes that their star will propel them to a title.
Yes. And it was an amazing game in that first game. Hopedale starting pitcher, Parker, headed to West Point, threw a no-hitter in a loss.
it's not often that you watch a game and you say he'll be telling his grandkids about that, and yet there is no doubt in my mind that 60 years from now, Will Parker will be telling his grandkids about that. And he was sensational and just tough luck.
13 strikeouts in that game and the losing effort. But this game, for KP defensively, DiFiore's catching. The pitcher is Rudy Gately, an outstanding football player, a tough running back who never goes down on the initial hit. He's even better at linebacker. I said to Coach Plimpton, I didn't think Rudy would enjoy baseball. He doesn't get to hit people. And Coach Plimpton said, I think he's better at baseball.
He is probably better at baseball than he is at football, and he's an all-conference football kid.
Yep. Anyway, DiFiore is the catcher, Gately the pitcher, Sullivan at third, Laguerre at short, Weddleton at second, Robinson at first. The outfield left to right is Kelly, Reed, and Senkaj. This is Jimmy Fallon. Breaking ball, called strike to Fallon.
Gately's a kid who has 4 pitches he can throw consistently for strikes to throw a changeup, slider, a curve, and a fastball. So keep that in mind that he's got that arsenal on the bump.
Ground ball towards Sullivan. Knocks it down. Long throw. Not in time. And we'll see how they score that.
It's a tough play coupled with a long throw across the diamond and a speedy runner. Leads to a runner at first for Milton as they look to get things started.
And they call it an infield hit.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
That was for the other side.
The other side. Sorry.
Now they've posted it as a hit.
Yep, there it is. And again, this infield here at Hanover Insurance Park.
I don't care about scoring.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit it. It does not matter in the least to me. I don't understand how that's a hit when everything in the first game was an error.
Yeah.
When that was a routine play in terms of the third baseman, if he fields that cleanly, the ball doesn't get aside. It's an out at first. So all good.
Yep. Quickly 0-2 to Shea Donovan. Donovan was 2 for 5 with 2 runs knocked in the 13-6 win against North Attleboro. But the amazing stat from that game, Donovan had 2 triples in the first inning.
Yeah, that does not happen often. I've seen enough baseball throughout my years that I cannot remember ever watching that take place.
Runner is going as the ball's lofted deep to center field. Reed is back, makes the catch. Having to sprint back to first base is Fallon.
Hit that ball hard. Unfortunately, hit it right at the center fielder, and Reed did a good job. Got a good beat on it off the bat.
I'm going to put L8 in my book. This brings up the pitcher, Charles Walker, headed to Northeastern on a baseball scholarship. I should have given you Walker's pitching stats. He's 9-1 on the mound this year, over 50 innings pitched. His ERA about 1.5. But now he's in the batter's box. Close to the plate. Big breaking ball, high ball 1.
Obviously, Milton representing the Bay State Conference, a school of just over 1,000 students, located about just about an hour away from here.
I live next door in Quincy.
Okay.
You
are centrally located then to where you need to be, my friend. It's a good location.
Yeah. Dave Blanchard checking for rain. Runner is going. Stolen base.
No chance there for DiFiore. Pitch that was low. Great jump by Fallon at first.
Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Charles Walker, the batter. Charles hitting .413 on the season with 5 home runs. Trying to check the wind. It was blowing out during all of our first game, and now it seems to be blowing in a little bit.
It's picking up, too. It's gotten considerably colder. In between games we were out there, it is legit chilly. I mean, people are bundled up. We have temperature below 60 degrees right now. It is. And with the wind, it's not a very warm evening here in June.
Nice stop by the catcher, DiFiore. 3 balls, and they changed the count on me?
Yeah, there was a conversation between the home plate umpire and DiFiore. I think there was some confusion about the call, and they do have it correct now at 3-0.
3-0, yep. Good lead at second by Fallon. Called strike. There's the heater, 3-1.
I was curious as to if they would challenge Walker with first base empty and a 3-0 count. Now Walker with an opportunity here to sort of zone in on an area and a pitch, and if it's there, swing away, and if not, take it, and if ball 4, or maybe live to see another day.
Breaking ball.
Ooh, that did not miss by much.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good offering there on 3-1. He took something off of it, and somewhere our starter here is unhappy we didn't have the umpiring crew we had in game 1.
Yes, with a large strike zone all game.
That was
long.
a strike in game one as we have our a runner situation here in place of the pitcher Walker. No surprise.
Courtesy runner is number 23, Harrison Hinkle. He's a freshman. So we assume he can pick him up and put him down. So 1 out, runners on first and second. This brings up the cleanup hitter, Owen McHugh. And Owen McHugh, which game did Owen have a triple in? That was last game as well.
Yeah, I was going to say everybody in their lineup had a hit or an RBI in their win over North Attleboro, so everybody contributed in some way.
They sent 14 men to the plate in the first inning. Each of the first 5 hitters in the lineup had a pair of hits, at least 1 run scored, and at least 1 RBI.
If you score 9 in the first, those things are going to happen. You score 13 in the game.
Ball is lofted to right field. See if the wind pushes it foul. Tough play in the bullpen area. Not much room over there. Long strike one to Owen McHugh.
Surprised McHugh went up there swinging after the walk to the previous hitter, but unfortunate there for the right fielder. I think this sort of that cutout area, he sort of got caught and was worried about running into the concrete area. It looked like he might have had an opportunity after that long run, but unfortunately for KP, it falls as a simple foul ball.
There's a mound there. There's a bench there. And if you're not familiar,
exactly right. It's a very weird cutout down there.
Yep. Breaking ball, and that's lashed into the hole as the shortstop was covering second base. Here comes the throw home. Safe is Fallon, a 1-0 lead for Milton, and again they score in the first inning.
Their approach, they're here to hit.
Yeah.
They're not here to walk. And McHugh with a very good piece of hitting. I love the aggressive play on the pads. Good strong throw from the left fielder, Kelly. Unfortunately, just up the first base line on target. That would have been a very close play.
Staying at second base is Hinkle, the pinch runner. And at first base with a base hit and the RBI, Owen McHugh. 2 hits in this first inning, 1 run across. This is Jack Finnegan, the left fielder.
Let's be honest, Paul. A freshman was not getting thrown out of third base there for that outright. He's going station to station there. He's not getting gunned down.
I'm no fool. Ooh, called strike on the low inside corner, 1-1. Milton wearing black uniforms with red pinstripes, red numbers with white trim. Very original look. Fouled back right to the catcher, DiFiore, and goes right to the mound.
It's not your traditional home whites for the home team. I'll say that much. That's a very different look, but the guys obviously like them. They're pretty fired up to wear them. It's a pretty different cut of uniform.
Yeah. Well, it's better than the old Houston Astros uniform.
The orange, sure. The bright oranges.
Big breaking ball stays up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see there Gately sort of slapping his glove. The fact that released that point would not quite at the right margin to drop that down for a called strike 3 because he would have had the hitter, and I think he knows that.
Yeah. Second baseman Weddleton guarding the runner. Fouled off to the right. Count remains 2-2.
You can tell these hitters are up there aggressively attacking pitches. They are not waiting. They're going up there to swing. I think with the success that they've had this year, it's good reason because this lineup 1 through 9 is deadly.
7 times in the regular season they scored 9 runs or more.
I saw that. I jotted that same note down, as a matter of fact.
And that ball, that's going to be a wild pitch, and both runners will advance, but the batter is out.
Yeah, he can't with the base
That's
occupied
right.
at first.
So Finnegan does not check his swing, so he strikes out. That's for the second out, and on the wild pitch, advancing to third is Walker, and McHugh goes to second. Okay, I have my notes here printed out, highlighted. Where the heck are your notes?
Oh, they're on my iPad earlier. Now they're on my sheet. I try to transfer them over.
Because you've been a wealth of information yourself.
I appreciate that.
8 miles high, that fly ball off the bat of Ryan Bright Lights Dexter. And the second baseman, Weddleton, tries to make it look easy in this tough wind.
I like it. I like the casual confidence there by the second baseman on the pop out.
For Milton, they have 1 run on 2 hits, 2 runners left on base after 1 full inning. It is 1-0 Wildcats. Welcome back to the NFHS Network. I'm Paul Healy along with Jacob Van Ryan. Dave Blanchard, our producer and running the graphics. Mark Bassler is our cameraman on top of the press box, which means he's a lot colder than we are.
Yeah, we appreciate him for his hard work today. It's not been an easy summer day.
Hey, let me flip my scorecard over. It's the little things. And Rudy Gately, first pitch swinging towards the gap in left center, and it's caught by Finnegan, the left fielder, as it hung up in the breeze.
He got a good chunk of that
Yep.
right just off the end of the bat, but he hit that ball hard.
Whoops, put that in the wrong place. There we go. One out. This brings up Travis Crawford, the sophomore designated hitter.
They love this kid. They think the world of him. They think he's going to be very special. He's got a great approach at the plate and very disciplined in terms of his command of the zone.
Where'd my pencil sharpener go? It is strike one.
You bring a pencil sharpener with you? Wow.
Oh, there it is. I dropped it down there. Okay.
Wow.
Well, the disturbing thing is swing and a miss at a fastball that is 0-2. Notice there is lots of yellow pencil left and very little eraser.
Yeah. Well,
least a lot of mistakes.
You need to skew that a little bit better, my friend.
Yeah, the grandfather of the Attleboro girls basketball coach presented me with a whole box of erasers.
Love it.
That pitch is low. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Travis Crawford.
And we don't have official numbers up here, but that 1-1 offering, you see that 0-1 offering there from Walker was by far his hardest throw of the day. That was cranked in there pretty good.
If you're wondering why Jacob's voice sounds relieved, I found my pencil sharpener. Swing and a miss, strike 3, second strikeout of the day for Walker.
That's pretty good stuff right there from Walker. He gets ahead of him 0-2 and then finishes him off with an off-speed pitch after that ball out of the zone.
This brings up Matt DiFiore, the senior catcher. DiFiore stands close to the plate, looks at strike 1 up in the zone.
Walker is dialing it up here in the second.
Yeah.
He is popping that catcher's glove.
Breaking ball catches the outside edge, 0-2.
That's a really good slider away from the right-handed hitter.
Here he comes working quickly. Ball high, which I think was intentional, but DiFiore did not chase, 1-2. Wonder what Walker's going to be majoring in at Northeastern.
Wonder if he knows.
Yeah. Lofted towards second base. Heading back is Kelly. Kelly makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. After 1.5, it is 1-0 Wildcats on the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network as we head to the bottom of the second inning. The 7, 8, 9 batters coming up for the Milton Wildcats. Greg Domino, the right fielder, Ryan Kelly, the second baseman, and Marcus Olivier, the center fielder. They're not using a DH today, Milton.
I love that. I got to be
I.
honest. I love that. This is the 9. We put him in the lineup. We're going to play.
Yep.
I love it.
Although I do wish they had...
They got Walker in the 3-hole. He's the pitcher.
Really?
So, it's not like you're missing out. He's not batting ninth or something like that. So, obviously, he can swing it.
I do wish they had re-entry when I was playing in the 70s, because the only thing I was really good at was running and base stealing. It was the hitting, catching, and throwing that tripped me up in baseball.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I hate the re-entry rule. I think it's absurd. But
Well, I guess it's, you can get more kids in the game, more kids can play, but I'm sure glad it doesn't exist on the major league level.
Yeah, I
or
mean,
college.
college it does. Softball,
really?
college softball has a reentry rule.
Not when I'm benevolent, sorry.
Right. It's. I understand. You're absolutely right. It allows more students to play, which is the end of the discussion, right? I mean, that's what trumps all, and it should.
Okay, this is Greg Domino, the right fielder. Shot to left field, just a bit ahead of that one. Foul, a hard foul, 0-1. But it just seems, when someone built like Greg Luzinski, who was known as the Bull, gets on base and then
lumbers his way around the bases.
Yeah,
sure.
And that he could be replaced by a speedster. Who,
and you have a specialist who can run, right?
Breaking ball stays up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Rudy Gately on the mound for the King Phillip Warriors. Swing and a miss on a great breaking ball inside. 1-2 on my radio show. We have a bell for every time I make a mistake.
Yeah.
And I used to donate $1 to charity every time I made a
awesome.
mistake.
Good for you. That's great.
Well, I went broke in a year.
Yeah, I was going to say you lost a lot of money. You ended up paying money to go to your job, right?
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Domino. Curveball.
Yep.
Beautiful pitch, and Domino knows it.
Well, I was laughing because when you said that at their game in their semifinal win over Mansfield earlier this week, the public address announcer called him King Phillips.
Ooh.
And their fans would turn around and be like, "It's Philip!" So I'm laughing at you saying King Philip and them saying, "It's Philip!"
Ryan Kelly. Called strike of the breaking ball, caught the inside corner to the second baseman. Well, the King Phillip fans are familiar with me. I call Attleboro games, and then we follow whatever Hockomock League team through the playoffs. So I've called a bunch of KP football playoff games.
Yeah, you sure have. They made some good basketball runs in the Jake Lehman era as well.
Yep. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
But yeah, they've got. I mean, top to bottom, their athletic department is very good.
Oh yeah,
very good.
Stays up. Well, is it Gary Brown, the AD?
Yes, it is. He's a good man. He's a good man.
Westboro guy like me.
Job. Yep, he does a very good job.
And Rich Harwood, their director of football operations. We went to Bridgewater State College together.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why adulthood is different than college. We were
reason number 588. Yeah, carry on.
We were sophomores in college during the blizzard of '78, and for every adult in the New England area, it was the worst week of their lives. For Rich and I, as sophomores in college, it might have been the best week of my life.
Don't blame you. I don't blame you.
There was a talent. They had to have talent shows for us at night. The school was shut down.
That's great.
Just misses the inside edge, 2-2. Rich Harwood is still bitter to this day. He came in second place in the talent show. He and a buddy sang From the Beginning by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and they lost to a guy who did a Johnny Carson, the Great Karnak impression ripoff. Ball is foul to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I just received a text.
I got to tell you, Paul, I got to say, I commend you, your memory on things. I wish. I'm 45 years old. I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday. And you're telling me who finished second in the talent show like 40 years ago. God bless you, my friend.
That's only because I remind Rich of it.
I see. It comes up. All right, it comes up.
Breaking ball stays high, 3-2. Yeah, if Rich is in a good mood, you can put him in a bad mood by telling that story. Brian Lee, of course, the great football coach at KP. His father, John, was the legendary coach at Walpole for a million years. Low ball 4. Second walk issued by Gately, which is rare.
That's a really good at-bat there by your 8-hole hitter. Yep. Kelly battled, fouled a couple pitches away, and earns a walk.
Here's number 16, Marcus Olivier. Great French name, the center fielder. And I bet the football coach, if he doesn't play football, is wishing he would. Oh, first pitch swinging right up the middle for a base hit. Thought we might have a play at second for a moment there as Reed fielded it quickly. A third hit of the game for the Wildcats.
I love the approach there, right? You issue a one-out walk, you're thinking, all right, he's not going to want to fall behind me and work uphill again. So he's sitting first pitch fastball, belts it into center field for a clean single.
Third of the game. This brings up the top of the order. Jimmy Fallon had an infield hit. Stole second base and scored on an RBI single by Owen McHugh. Open stance. He had Breaking ball is outside, ball one. Fallon was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs in the big win over North Attleboro in the semis.
Make a comment after this pitch. I think this is a really key juncture in the game for KP.
Foul back.
And I say that because you're facing a kid in Walker who's a Division I baseball commit. He's obviously outstanding on the mound. Paul's already talked about his lofty numbers on the season. You cannot fall behind 2-3-0, something like that, because how many runs are you going to score against that kid today? So I'm not saying this is do or die, but I'm saying they've got to limit the opportunity here for Milton and hold them to maybe just 1 run. Obviously for them, they'd like to get off the field unscathed.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Fallon, the third baseman. Stays with that curveball. Knocked down, and that's going to be an error, and the bases are loaded. And I want to mention this infield, with the infield dirt, it's a very soft infield. It's not the hard, packed down infield you're used to seeing at major league fields. Yeah,
it's tough. KP committed 3 errors in their semifinal win over Mansfield. Their defense has plagued them, and right now it's hurt them. That's a ball where you're probably not going to turn 2, but you certainly should get an out there. And now all of a sudden the bases are loaded with just 1 away, and you're in a very dangerous part of the lineup.
Shea Donovan is up, lined out to the center fielder his first time up. And again, Shea had 2 triples in the first inning against North Attleboro. He looks at strike 1. KP, the good news was they beat Mansfield 1-0, but Plimpton had plenty to talk about after the game as they ran into 3 outs on the bases and committed 3 errors defensively.
Yeah, they were sloppy, but Materano was outstanding in that win.
Breaking ball catches the low outside corner, 0-2.
Love a strikeout here, obviously, against Donovan. This is exactly what Gately needs with the bases juiced.
Infield is back.
Double play depth up the middle.
With 1 out, double play depth in the middle. The corners are even with the bag as they want to get outs here this early in the game. There's a 1-hopper to the second baseman, fielded by Weddleton. And the out is recorded at second base. Hard legal slide there by Fallon. Didn't allow the shortstop Laguerre to get the throw off. So run scores.
Yeah, it's an RBI ground out. I thought they'd have an opportunity. Donovan obviously got down the line faster than I thought. And really, there was not an opportunity. You cannot ask for a more tailor-made double play ball, but not an opportunity for Donovan. I think you made a good point there on the hard slide. It affected the relay opportunity.
So at third base is, whoops, I got the wrong guy scoring there. Sorry, folks. See, there's the use of my eraser again, Jacob.
I'm glad you have it.
So Olivier is at third. Runner is going from first base, and that's going to be a stolen base for Shea Donovan. And at third base is Jimmy Fallon.
I'm going to go back to my point earlier. I think this is the at-bat of the game right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in the bottom of the second, but a base hit here by Walker, it's 4-0. You get out of this spot, all right, you're there. But this is a massive spot in this game, I think, as we look forward.
This is Walker, who walked the first time up after a long at-bat. Again, hitting .413 in the season, 5 home runs.
Special. I mean, it's really special. He's really talented. He's got a great frame in terms of his body and his strength. He's obviously got great makeup and great composure on the mound.
Lofted high towards the right side. Pitcher is calling for it, but Robinson, the first baseman, calls him off. Robinson makes the catch. Okay, I screwed my book up here. Was that Fallon who was out at second on the fielder's choice?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Here for you, my friend.
Yes.
We're in this together.
Yes. Okay, we head to the bottom of the third inning. 1 run on 1 hit. 2 runners left on base for the Wildcats. They have a 2-0 lead.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network coverage of the Division II MIAA State Championship game in the sport of baseball. First year of the all-state tournament.
I'm glad you brought it up. I love it.
So do I.
I love it. I think it's right. I think it was long overdue. Massachusetts is not a big enough state to justify the divisional model that they had for years. That's and more than that. I mean, you can get me on a pretty good soapbox about this. You know me as a basketball coach. More than that, the fact that for a long time, teams from different parts of the state had to play a different number of games to advance to the state quarters, semis, and finals was not fair. In bigger states, I get it. You can't go from one end of Texas to the other.
Right.
You can't go from Southern California to Northern California. I get it. In Massachusetts, you can.
Yes.
I love it.
I will say, it's crazy when a state like Massachusetts has 8 divisions of football and Texas has 5.
We can go down that path if you want to. The ratio of teams that win a state title in football compared to the number of teams that sponsor the sport is remarkable. But good for them. I won't take anything away from anybody's success.
Sean Sullivan is the batter. He's a senior third baseman wearing number 11 and looks at ball 1. I know that because I looked at the scoreboard. I didn't see the pitch.
A little bit upstairs with the fastball there from Walker.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm glad someone's paying attention. Breaking ball called strike 1-1.
I love his makeup. I love the way he's fluid, he's composed, he's confident. He's really got a very good tempo on the mound.
Breaking ball low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And I love that he works quickly because it doesn't give you much time to talk.
That's fair. You and the rest of the audience.
Ow. What'd you kick me for? Fastball, and that's lofted into short left. Might be trouble. Oh, the shortstop. McHugh makes the play as he calls off the charging left fielder Finnegan.
He got a really good read on that ball.
Yeah.
He really ran back immediately, identified it, and found it. That was a nice play by the shortstop.
Yep. Fans as old as I am, that was similar to Rico Petrocelli catching the short fly ball against the Minnesota Twins in 1967.
Again, the recall.
Red Sox win the pennant, and they tore off Jim Lomborg's jersey. This is at Eli Reed. He's the senior center fielder and much more relevant to today's game.
I would say the Reed family agrees, as do the KP fans.
0-2 to Eli. Walker winds. Ooh. That one got away from him a little bit, but no one on base. Again, Walker in the 9-1 overall this season. 1.50 ERA. I should have mentioned Gately. I had Jeff Gately 3-1 during the regular season. Gately's 2-0 in the playoffs, so he's 5-1 in the season.
Yeah, their staff has been really good in the postseason, especially. We talked about Margarano, obviously, and Gately's been right there as well.
3-1 is the count to Eli Reed. Oh, there's a shot, but oh! McHugh looks like he was going to jump, decided not to, and then it ticked off his glove, but trying to stretch it to a double, and safe at second base is the speedy Eli Reed. We'll see how they score that.
That's got to be a hit. But, I mean, the fact that McHugh did not field that is shocking. I think he thought he should have made that play.
Yeah.
The ball just sort of skipped off his glove out there. It was a well-hit ball, but I think McHugh will be the first one to tell you, I got to make that catch.
They called it a hit, so we're going to score that a double.
Yeah. And credit to Reed there for running really hard out of the box. Yes. I don't think a lot of players get to second on that. That's good work by him.
This brings up the left-handed hitting Max Robinson, the first baseman. He grounded out to short his first time up. Just make sure there's no N in there.
Yeah, it's Robinson.
Thank you.
Yep. And you know, one thing we have not talked on, good to see him remain out there. Remember, he went down in that tangle down at first, and good to see him remain and be able to continue playing.
0-1 is the count. 2 hits for KP, 3 for Milton on the day. Now, KP has also never won a state title in baseball.
Correct.
If you go to KP's fields, they have... Ooh, there's a pitch. There's your classic 58-foot slider. that bounced off the chest protector of Donovan and back to the pitcher Walker.
And I'm sort of making that noise in the background because I saw Reed speed out of the box.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets a jump on that, he doesn't have to slide. I mean,
Yeah.
he's standing at third, and with one out. All right, not the end of the world, but now sacrifice fly plates their first run potentially. That's a missed opportunity there.
Boy, it's amazing how easy this game is from the press
I've
box.
never made a mistake up here.
There's a shot to first base, into right field, hitting third and screaming home is Eli Reed. Wisely, the throw is cut off, and it's a one-run game, 2-1 Milton.
Good piece of hitting there by Robinson, the left-handed hitter, just pulling it through the right side of the infield. First baseman can't dig it up Dexter with a valiant effort, but that's a clean single, and KP on the board.
So an RBI single, and you love it when your leadoff batter gets an RBI because it shows the bottom part of the order is getting on base.
Mm-hmm.
This brings up number 7, Matt Kelly, the junior left fielder, grounded back to the pitcher Walker, his first time up. Breaking ball way out in front. Swing and a miss. If it was the old Bugs Bunny cartoon, he would have swung 3 times.
On through. And I think that's a big spot there for KP to get a run on the board, get some confidence against Walker. Obviously they've faced good pitching in the Hawk night in and night out, but probably not a guy as good as Walker, let's be honest, with that kind of life on his fastball.
High in the zone, called strike 2. And they're still out near shortstop. You can still see the wet spot in the field where the Mount Greylock players dumped a cooler full of Gatorade and ice. I actually talked to Coach Paris briefly.
I'm actually surprised they allowed them to do that in that area just because of where it was. I think they probably should have said, listen, if you're going to do it in the grass somewhere, do it off the playing surface.
The winning pitcher was sprinting away from his teammates, and they chased him. A shot. That's a foul ball. As the home plate umpire all over that.
Oof, that was close to extra bases there for Kelly.
Count remains 0-2. Matt Kelly scored the winning run. He was driven in by Laguerre in their 1-0 victory over Mansfield. Boy, KP, we expect him to be really good in football, really good at basketball. Now they're really good in baseball.
Whoa.
Runner is going. Throw is in time. A beautiful throw by Donovan and out at second.
That's a strike him out, throw him out. The catcher doesn't know that's the third out. That's 3 outs. Anybody, are we recognizing this? We're good here, guys.
Yep.
No? That's 3 outs. What are we doing here? That's 3 outs.
Let's see. Shortstop.
3 outs, guys.
Yeah.
Three outs, guys. 3 outs. 3 outs. That's it. That's it. That's it, guys. There you go.
Oh, wow. So there's the third out, and the K is the second out. Boy, that's amazing. I'd expect me to miss that, but not all 9 players. KP gets 1 run back, 1 run on 2 hits, nobody left on base. After 2.5 innings, it's 2-1 Milton.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the NFHS coverage of the Division II state title game in baseball here in Massachusetts. This game being played at Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross. And
well said, my friend. Well said. Well said. Well said.
Stepping into the press box is Dave Peterson, known as Peterman. He's the general manager of the Worcester Bravehearts, the team that plays here in the College Futures League.
Awesome to have him here.
He started out with the Worcester Tornadoes in 2005 as the knucklehead who did the on-field promotion stuff.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You know, the running hot dogs.
That's the most. And I'll say this, as someone who's worked in minor league baseball, that's the most important man in the ballpark. Yeah. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's not about the players. It's not about anything else. Not about the GM. Not about anything. It's about that guy, the on-field entertainment,
and making sure the kids have fun.
Absolutely. Stepping
up for Milton is their cleanup hitter, Owen McHugh, the shortstop. Looks at ball one. Owen had a RBI single to left field his first time up. Here comes the pitch from Rudy Gately. Ball is fouled off to the right. It's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you should mention, you probably don't have great visuals of it, but the tremendous fan support from both these programs.
Oh, yeah.
Really great crowd. Milton and KP have both brought a lot of people here tonight.
The Holy Cross Crusaders baseball team plays here. Ball hit to left field, heading back, and then settling is Kelly. Steps in and makes the catch. Good fundamentals. Always go back first. 1 up, 1 down.
He shows McHugh's ability, though, doesn't he? I mean, he barely got that. He sort of flicked his bat head through the zone, and he drove it out there to left field. Shows his power.
This field has been around for more than 100 years. This configuration existed since 2005.
What was the configuration prior to that? Because I know you know these things.
It was a chain link fence out there, and it wasn't nearly as attractive. Jake Finnegan, who was...
Nor safe.
Yes, exactly. Jake Finnegan struck out in the first inning. He was 2 for 4 with a 2-run double and 2 RBIs in the 13-6 win against North. 0-1 to Jake. Ooh, that hits him.
And that's the stuff right there, right? I mean... You know, you're entitled to that spot as he sprints down to first amidst the applause on the Milton faithful. I mean, that's a tactic in today's baseball. I mean, that you see it's coming at you, you just sort of turn your shoulder and wear it and move on.
Yeah. Trying to find here in my notes. Yeah, that's McHugh. At least the second time McHugh's been hit by a pitch in this playoff run. Back. Oof, yeah.
That was close. Finnegan was...
Yeah.
Big lead, and my guess is he's probably going to go here at some point.
This is Ryan Bright Lights Dexter, the coach. Woo, he's back in time. Coach Morrissey says the team gave him the nickname Bright Lights because he loves the clutch situation. Some kids tighten up. Some kids get more excited.
He's a big kid. Watching them take Io before the game, he is a big young man.
Yep. Yeah. Runner fakes going. Now the throw down to first. Back in time is Finnegan.
Jack Finnegan is having fun on the base paths.
Yeah.
I mean, he got hit by that pitch. He sprinted down to first. He's drawn 2 throws. He got a massive lead there, a secondary lead there after that pitch, and drew the throw down to first. And he is sort of bouncing around down there. And I think at some point he's got a huge lead.
Yeah. Back again. Ooh, close. But his hands were on the base as the tag was made upon his fleshy hindquarters. That's rated G. We could get away with that. I could have said posterior. Swing and a miss on that slow breaking ball by Gately. 0-2.
You're seeing Gately's full arsenal here. You've seen fastball. You've seen curveball. He takes off speed pitch there and has the hitter way out in front.
Back. Ooh, that was close. Tag on the helmet as the hands got in. Robeson not happy with the call, but I think our umpire got that right. But a big lead by Finnegan.
He's had a huge lead this entire time. I can't believe he hasn't gone yet.
Yeah. There's a shot towards shortstop. Laguerre to the second baseman, Weddleton. And it gets by. A beautiful scoop.
Yeah, he dug it out.
Wow, what a scoop by Robinson for a gorgeous 6-4-3 double play.
Well turned, well executed, and a very nice play there by the first baseman, Robeson, to dig that out.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. And after 3 complete, it is 2-1 Milton. Welcome back to the NFHS Network's coverage of the Massachusetts Division II State Championship game in baseball. But we're speaking about the configuration here of Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field.
On the
campus of the
Holy
College of
Cross,
the Holy Cross.
Yep.
Again, the field's been here forever. I told you during our first game, it was right here in 1939 where Ted Williams hit his first home run as a member of the Red Sox in an exhibition game. In 2005, the Worcester Tornadoes joined the Can-Am League, and that's when Hanover Insurance sponsored the rebuilding of the park.
Gotcha.
And I remember opening night in 2005, the Tornadoes played on the road for the first week, then came home, and they were putting up the right field foul pole as teams were taking batting practice.
That's remarkable. Right to the last second.
Yep, so the Tornadoes played here in the Can-Am League. They won the Can-Am League in 2005 till 2012, and since then it's been the Worcester Bravehearts of the College Futures League. The Cape League is the best amateur league in the country.
Sure.
Futures League is a darn good one as well.
Yeah, Futures League's not that. It's not the Cape, but it's really, really high-level stuff.
Sean Laguerre had a base hit to center field in the first inning. He also drove in the winning run in the 1-0 victory against Mansfield in the semis. Reluctantly, we open the press box window again. As boy, the wind is picked up.
Yeah, we're just hearing a wind, unfortunately, because it's really howling right now.
Yeah. See, I don't care. I'm behind this secondary window.
You're in the comfortable
right
space.
In your faces.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for you. Oh,
wow!
Right off the helmet into the bleachers.
Whoa!
Don't see that too often.
It went off his helmet, over the backstop, into the bleachers. Once again, we'll quote the movie Tommy Boy, nice distance.
It went a long ways away, and as the kid went down to first, he didn't see where the ball went. The first base coach says, "You won't believe what just happened there."
That was Sean Laguerre. This brings up Brendan Senkaj. The junior right fielder struck out looking in the first inning on a full count pitch. He's ready with a right-handed open stance. Ooh, nice breaking ball, low in the zone, swing and a miss.
And nice to see your star and your shortstop getting on base in each of his first two plate appearances. That's what KP needs if they have a shot today. Their lineup top to bottom is not as good as Milton's, but in the middle they're very solid.
Oh, another breaking ball. That was up a little bit more. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
You can see the hitter look down at third and see Coach Plimpton down there, and he says, "Keep your chin down." He said, "You're pulling your head, and you got to keep your eyes on the ball."
He was looking at the traffic up on 290 there over the left field wall. Walker, 9-1 on the season. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt, and he's out. So nice play by the catcher, Donovan.
I tell you, Senkash did not get cheated on any of his swings there. That plate appearance. That's unfortunate for KP. They don't advance the runner, but a big strikeout for Walker. And that's what he needed.
Fourth strikeout for Charles. This brings up Rudy Gately, the pitcher. Hit one deep to left field his first time up. Not deep enough. Foul past Coach Plimpton. Nice hands there by one of the
Get it back on the mound. Let's go.
Yeah, that's one of the MIAA officials. Threw the ball sitting down, short hop the pitcher, Walker.
Appreciate the guy making a play down there in the dugout.
I think he showboated a little bit by throwing sitting down. If he stood up, stepped towards where he's throwing, it would have reached. Breaking ball called strike, 0-2. Hey, come on, the fundamentals matter for the off-field officials as well, Jacob.
Sure.
Okay, folks, if you could see Jacob, his mouth said sure, but his face didn't
I'm not
look
worried
convinced.
about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm just tossing that ball aside. I'm not risking that opportunity to look silly.
And that's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout, fifth for Walker. That's funny. Early in my umpiring days, I took great pride in the fact that zipped the ball back to the pitcher.
Yeah.
And later in my umpiring days, I'd flip it to the catcher.
Yeah, just let him do it. I'm with you.
Early my umpiring days.
Room for error just isn't worth it.
Yes, exactly. Low. That is ball low to Travis Crawford, the sophomore DH. He struck out swinging his first time up.
Walker now has struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters he has faced. Alone, obviously, the hit by a pitch and the runner at first.
I've got another stupid Paul Healy story for you in a moment.
Can't wait.
Walker to the set. High and outside. 2-0.
When he dials it up, he really brings it.
In softball, you see the rising fastball a lot, and I don't know how he does it throwing overhand, but that one seemed to rise.
Come up.
Yep. Breaking ball, catches the outside edge, 2-1. Boy,
how about that? Yeah, throwing that pitch on 2-0. I mean, off speed, the kid's sitting fastball all the way, and you take something off it, and his hands are just tied.
Yeah. Holding the bat high is Crawford. Takes a little bit something off that. It goes off the handle. Walker calls for himself and makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the leadoff hit by pitch does not hurt Milton. No runs, no hits, one runner left on base after 3.5. It is 2-1. Wildcats over the Warriors. Welcome back to the NFHS Network as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. So anyway, I'm umpiring, and way back in the day when my kids were younger, every Father's Day or birthday, they'd give me funny underwear.
Seems like we're going down a bad path here,
Well,
but I'll allow it.
Hey, I said fleshy hindquarters. We can get away with this.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So I was the loud boy in my class growing up. Patty Pratt was the loud girl.
Okay.
And her son is the catcher, so she's right behind the backstop all game.
Ah, boy. Here we go.
Irrelevantly, Greg Domino is up, the right fielder. Struck out looking. Ball is popped up high and back and out of play, so there's a close play at the plate.
Wouldn't you know it?
The runner comes home. The outfielder makes the throw to her son, the catcher. He reaches down. He makes the tag. I get really low to make the call. I call him out, and then you hear as my pants split wide open.
My goodness.
Next pitch to Domino.
My goodness, this story is taking a turn. I thought Patty was going to yell at you for something, but carry on.
Trust me, we're getting there.
Okay.
0-2 to Domino.
I see.
So then I bend over to call the next pitch, and suddenly you hear Patty Pratt's voice echoing over all of Worcester County. Oh, my God, the umpire's wearing Scooby-Doo underpants. You try to maintain. There's a bloop towards right center field. And the right fielder, Senkaj, calls him off and makes the play. Go ahead. You try to maintain credibility with both teams when they know you're wearing Scooby-Doo underwear on your equipment.
I don't have any, but I nor would I have put myself in a situation. Yeah. But good on you for getting through the game. I imagine you didn't just call it an afternoon right there, knowing you as a consummate professional.
Oh, yes. I did ask for some tape, though. Ryan Kelly is up. He walked and scored the second run for Milton. Looks at a breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike one.
Second time through the lineup, Gately's been pretty good. He's done a nice job of starting off a lot of these hitters with off-speed stuff. He's been dialed up this second time through. He's been much better.
Oh, again, takes even more off that one. It's 0-2. Well, I thought Coach Jeff Plimpton was pulling my leg when he said Gately's a better baseball player than football player. I couldn't envision it, and gosh darn, I might have been wrong again. Who knew?
That's funny.
Breaking ball, fielded by Sullivan, and long throw.
It's a foul ball.
Yep, foul ball they're calling it.
Yeah. I'm really surprised Sullivan tried to make a play on that ball, and they're very fortunate there because he threw it by the first baseman. It would have ended up with a runner at least second. That was a very close play. The coach down there at third base is saying, I thought that was a fair ball when he made the play on it, and he might have an argument.
Yeah, really. He might. Almost took out the Worcester Telegram photographer there on that overthrow. 0-2 is the count to Ryan Kelly. Breaking ball, fouled back over our heads. Count remains 0-2. 1 run, 3 hits. 1 error for KP, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Milton. Wide stance for Ryan Kelly. Let's see what year Ryan is. Chopper to third base. Sullivan gets a second shot. Across the diamond in time. 5-3 for scoring at home. 2 up, 2 down.
I like Sullivan's makeup. Now, I was a little bit critical of the previous play in terms of going attacking the ball and then throwing it away, but I like the fact the kid wants the ball.
Right.
I mean, he's not letting the ball play him. He is playing the ball, and you like that from your third baseman.
Yeah. And here comes Marcus Olivier. Center fielder. He had a base hit to center field in the second inning, was stranded at third. First pitch swinging again, knocked down by the shortstop Laguerre. Long throw, not in time. I think that's see how they score that again. Soft infield dirt.
And again, it's that area where, there was that wet, the dumping of the water after the Mount Greylock state title win.
Yep.
They called that an error.
Okay.
I tend to agree with him.
Yeah. The original bobble.
Yeah.
So Olivier has reached base 2 times now, once by hit, once by error. This brings up Jimmy Fallon, who had an infield hit, a stolen base, and a run scored in the first.
I think this kid's going at first.
And there he goes, right off the bat. The throw by DiFiore, not in time. And the stolen base.
He's got great speed.
Yeah.
He that ball to short, I mean, it was bobbled for a second, but he beat it out easily. Yeah. He's a burner on the paths.
Boy, the wind was blowing out all first game. It is blowing in right at us this game. Ground ball to the shortstop, Laguerre, knocks it down again. Long throw, not in time.
Boy,
oof.
The errors now piling up here against KP, and we saw in game 1 today how costly they were. Now we'll see if Milton can capitalize.
That's the third error. So they call that. Yep.
So Fallon started the game what we thought should have been an error.
Yeah.
And now he's reached on consecutive errors his last 2 plate appearances. In theory, he could be 0 for 3 and reach base with on 3 errors.
This brings up Shea Donovan, who was lined out to center field and had an RBI fielder's choice in the second. And now Coach Plimpton coming out to talk to Rudy Gately. The entire infield comes to join them. Candlesticks make a nice wedding present.
That's the best scene in that movie. I think that right now this is a good move by Coach Plimpton saying, listen, all right, our defense has let us down. You got a pitcher who's like, hey, I should be out of this inning.
Yeah.
No worries. Listen, let's get the next hitter. There's 2 outs. Let's get back in the dugout here. And at the same time, knowing the importance of the situation that, hey, every run, premium, 2 good pitchers going at one another.
Yeah.
This is a high-level game, and we got to make sure we don't make another miscue to play the Milton run.
Do you have the second Milton run as earned or unearned?
I don't keep track of that stuff whatsoever. Ooh.
Shea Donovan is up. The catchers, they throw to first. Here we have that situation with 2 outs. Will the runner on first take off and try to draw a throw?
If I look back at it, I think it would be unearned.
Okay.
But
yeah. And there goes the runner. Curveball in the dirt. Gets by the catcher, DiFiore. And scoring is Olivier.
Wow. And that's when you talk about why you want to have that meeting on the mound.
Yeah.
You can't let the ball get by you. You got to block it at the plate and stuff like that. And now Milton tacks on another, and the runner gets all the way to third as Fallon. And not only stole second, but then got to third on the ball getting by the catcher.
And that was in the dirt, so I guess technically we have to call that a wild pitch.
I would assume so.
Yeah. A shot on one hop to Weddleton, the second baseman, over to first. And the inning is finally over, but the damage is done. Another run for Milton without benefit of a hit. 1 runner left on base. It is 3-1 after 4 complete on the NFHS network. Welcome back to the NFHS Network. I'm Paul Healy along with Jacob Van Ryn. Dave Blanchard, our producer. I should say the very patient Dave Blanchard, our producer, at keeping our stats and our graphics. Mark Bassler is the cameraman up top. Wow, here we go, top of the fifth inning. Jacob, thoughts, stories, anecdotes?
Yeah, I think that thus far, KP's defense costing them a run there could come back to bite them. That being said, Walker's been in command aside from the one run they got off him in the third. And from my perspective, Milton's living up to the advanced billing. I mean, people thought they were a pretty prohibitive favorite coming in with the season that they've had, the talent that they have on their roster, and so far they've looked every bit of that.
21-3 coming in. Walker 9-1 now on the season, including the playoffs with an ERA below 1.5. High and inside to the wrong side of my score sheet. Rats. High and inside to Matt DiFiore, the senior catcher. Yeah. Breaking ball catches the outside edge, and as this game has moved on, he's found that spot a lot.
Yeah, he's working the corners very nicely. He's gone away from the right-handed hitters primarily.
Whoops, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oof.
Wow.
Backstop there, DiFiore with a sort of a look like, not sure. That's been a strike throughout. He'd probably have a pretty keen knowledge of it.
Yeah. That ball is fouled away. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just received a text from the lovely wife. How you doing? Any idea of ETA to get home? Want anything to eat when you get home?
Wow. I did not get that text from my family. That's delightful.
Yeah. Ground ball to the shortstop. McHugh fields it beautifully. A laser across the diamond. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. 1 up, 1 down. I'll have a bowl of cereal. I can't eat late at night.
He's got a very good approach over there at short.
Oh, you want to talk about the game?
Yeah,
I thought you were more concerned with my meal.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. McHugh, I think, is he's got a good makeup. There's a lot of players in this Milton team seem to have a really good, confident approach, and there's no surprise that they're the top seed and. A very, very good program.
Sean Sullivan popped up to shortstop his first time up, drops that into right center field for a base hit for KP. 1 out, 1 on.
It's a big spot for KP as we're here in the top of the fifth, down 3-1. You think about these 7-inning games, Paul. The fact that you've got to make some hay here. You don't want to put yourself in a spot where all of a sudden, oh gosh, it's the 7th inning. We need 2 or 3 runs to tie it or win it potentially.
Eli Reed had a double to left center and scored KP's only run. Robeson knocked him in.
Interesting. The third baseman was in. There's no way they're bunting in this situation. You cannot sacrifice the out.
This late in the game, yeah.
No, with 1 away.
Walker for the stretch.
Oh my gosh.
High pickoff attempt down to first base. Goes into right field. Heading towards second is Sullivan. Backed up nicely by Domino, the right fielder. Sullivan stays there, and I guess we call that an E2.
He did square around. I think he's just trying to make the pitcher think and send him out of his rhythm a little bit. I don't think there's any way.
And I think Coach Walker's looking for the count from the umpire.
Wants to make sure it's 2-0.
Okay. So, Jacob, you're saying you don't care about my nutritional needs.
Well, I do. I'm a cereal guy myself, which I respect.
But it is the 5th inning of a championship game. I see. Ball is popped up towards the right side. First base coach moves out of the way.
Yikes.
Oh, mate, what an attempt!
Not happy he didn't get it.
He's slamming into the wall as sprinting over was Kelly and couldn't hold on to it.
How about the second baseman going over there to make a play?
Yeah.
Good effort there.
And look at the distance he covered. Man, that's about 100 feet, 35 yards.
I respect that effort.
Yep.
Certainly not afraid of running into that metal down the first base side either.
Well, high school kids are still mostly cartilage.
Tougher than me, that's for sure.
If you're an Irish kid, you can run headfirst towards the wall. 2-1 is the count. Eli Reed, the center fielder, up close to the plate. Lofts that to short. Well, I guess on the infield. Back there is McHugh. McHugh makes the catch. 2 outs.
You can tell the wind really pushing the ball around, and the ball gets up in the air. The fielders are sort of like adjusting at the last second. You can tell it's really sort of playing with it.
Our first game started at 3 o'clock. The sun was out. The wind was blowing out, and it was comfortable. This game, it is cloudy. The wind is blowing in, and you guys keep shutting the press box window.
That's right. It's about 40 degrees outside.
Max Robeson has grounded out to shortstop and had a base hit to right field for an RBI in the third inning. As Charles Walker, 9-1 on the mound, .413 batting average, 5 home runs when he's at the plate. Spinning, throwing to second, and he's out.
Got him.
And KP has now run into 4 outs on the base pass in their last 2 games. Wow.
It's a great move by Walker, that sort of deliberate high leg kick, and got the runner.
Was that the shortstop covering or their second base?
It was the shortstop.
And there it is, so 1-6. Wow, no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1 Milton. Welcome back to the NFHS Network's coverage of the Massachusetts Division II State Championship game in baseball. Milton looking for the first state title in program history. They haven't been this close since 1974. KP also looking for their first state title in baseball, although they have numerous league titles as the years have gone by. Is Gately still in there? Yes, he is.
Yep. And
Gately will face, in the bottom of the 5th inning, the heart of the Milton Wildcats order, Charles Walker, Owen McHugh, and Jack Finnegan.
3, 4, 5. Each of them has been on base at least once. And obviously KP ill afford to give up any more runs. Already trailing by 2 with just 6 outs left to work with.
Brian Foley was the winning pitcher for Milton in their semifinal game. He's heading to UMass Lowell. Ball is lofted foul. That'll reach the stands.
They have,
right off the fist of Walker.
They have 3 baseball commits, 3 Division I commits in the pitching staff.
Wow.
Obviously one of them in Walker today.
Where's the third one?
Oh, now you got to.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm here for you. I didn't write it down because he wasn't going to play.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Well, Charlie Walker, Brian Foley.
I stand corrected. He's going to Salve, Regina. He's going to Division III.
Okay, but Charlie Walker, Brian Foley, Owen McHugh, and Thomas Mitchell are the 4 big arms for the team. It's 0-2 to Walker. That is a breaking ball low. Walker, too smart a ball player to chase that. Walker has been walked and been stranded at third, and he's popped out to first. He's got 5 home runs on the season. That stays up. Boy, he's got such a great eye. In one of their earlier playoff games, he had a big walk late in the game and looked at a close ball 3 and ball 4. 2-2's the count here. Inside. He wanted to wear that.
Tried to.
3-2's the count.
It's interesting. The pitcher, Gately, has sort of nibbled, tried to get him to chase, but as you alluded to, really good knowledge of the zone. Yeah. Those are 2 pretty good out pitches, and he didn't get him to chase either.
Up and in, ball 4.
That's a really good at bat.
I want to thank Charles Walker for the first time today. One of the players has made me look good.
Yeah, that was pretty good by him. He fell behind 1 and 2, and then 3 really close pitches, and he earns a leadoff walk.
There might be 2 or 3 people out there saying, wow, maybe Healy does know what he's talking about.
That's high.
Okay. That wasn't true. I'd be offended. And I was going to invite you home for dinner.
I heard you ordered cereal. I would have taken you up on it otherwise. I can get that at my house.
Owen McHugh, whose favorite cereal is Captain Crunch. He has a RBI single to left field, and he is flown out to left. 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th for Milton. Whoops, up and in. 1-0. McHugh had a triple against North Attleboro. The pitching coach for Milton is Ryan Stoller, whose father played on that 1974 team. Oh, the runner, a delayed steal, and he's out at second.
Huh.
What was that?
Huh.
Gately hadn't even gone to the plate yet, and they're sending him back. They're calling it a balk.
Yeah.
And the three umpires are talking. And that's exactly what you're doing in that situation. You take off early. That's the pinch runner or the courtesy runner, Hinkle. You take off early, and if you cause the pitcher to make a herky-jerky motion and not a smooth motion to the base, they call a balk.
Here's my contention and why I think Coach Plimpton is arguing, and I don't blame him, is there was no demonstrative signal of a balk made.
Yeah.
I mean, usually it's a balk. You can hear it. Everybody, the hands are raised, and they point the runner to second. That did not happen.
Well, Mr. The Wind is blowing in my face as the press box window closed.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's brisk, and I'm worried about my health and safety. But so that's the thing that I think you're a little bit frustrated about.
Yeah. So now a runner in scoring position for the best hitter on the team, Charles Walker. Fouls it back, 1-1. Boy, that's a...
I think you're potentially maybe if you think big inning here and you blow this one open, I think a lot of teams would be bunting in the situation, trying to push the runner to third.
With your best bat, well,
this is McHugh.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
That was because Walker
reached on
walked
the walk
and Hinkle ran for him. Yeah.
Correct.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, he's not squared around at all. I mean, they trust him to hit. Obviously, he hits clean up, which just makes sense.
Yeah. Gately to the stretch. Breaking ball stays up and in. 2-2. Boy, it's amazing. A ball up and in. It used to be just natural to flinch away from it, and now
it's intentional to go get it.
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
Thank you, Don Baylor.
It's exactly.
Look him up, kids. All right, ask your grandparents. Looped into shallow right field. Catch is made by Senkaj. Runner is tagging. Whoa, what a beautiful throw, and he is out. And Senkaj makes me look good. I mentioned earlier he has a strong arm in right field, and out at third base is Hinkle.
And this is what Milton does. I mean, they go, they put pressure on you, they challenge you to make plays, and Senkaj did just that. I thought that was a really bad decision there with one away and a runner in scoring position and your 5-hole hitter coming up. I don't think you do that there. I get it's what they do, and it's been very successful for them.
Yep.
I thought that was a mistake. Senkaj made a good throw. It wasn't a great throw, but it was a good one.
And if you're and there is a shot by Finnegan to left field, and that's in for a base hit, which means Hinkle would have scored.
And now that decision looks really bad. Obviously, hindsight 2020, but that's that's too bad.
So if you're a KP fan, you're snickering and saying, "See, the ball knows."
Yep.
But wow, so Milton ahead 3-1. It could be 4-1. Earlier, Finnegan had struck out swinging and been hit by a pitch. That was a laser shot to left. Wow.
See if he's going. We've seen him dance around on the paths.
So that's a double play. Runner going in the first pitch. Pitch is low, so wisely DiFiore lets him go. 1-0 to Ryan Bright Lights Dexter, who's popped out to second base and hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Boy, he's got a massive lead.
Yes, and that is very close, but back safely is Finnegan.
And I will say this. If you're going to do it in game one, you do it in the state title game.
Yeah,
and that's what they've done. And that's the right approach. And I have no issue with it. I thought in that situation it was really a low percentage play. But if that's who you are, that's what you identify yourself as, you got to stick to it in this time of year.
2-0. It's what, how is high school baseball different than Major League Baseball? The best pitchers are usually the best hitters. The games move quickly.
I was going to say the game's fast.
And the offenses force the defense to make plays.
That's absolutely right. Well said.
Breaking ball. Stays inside, I guess. 3-0.
Well, that was close. Good spot. Really good spot there with the off-speed stuff. And now he's falling behind and a chance of putting 2 men on base. That pop out with running into that second out is a big play in this game right now. It's kept KP in this one.
Gately to the stretch. Runner is going, trying to steal third base, and it's ball 4, low and outside. A great jump. They let him go.
They've got some guys that can really move on this team.
Yeah.
They've got really good speed top to bottom in this lineup.
So that's ball 4. So Gately, is that his third walk?
I have him for 4.
4, thank you.
You're welcome.
And there's signals here now because there's 2 outs.
And Dexter's going.
Yep.
He's running it down there first. They've done this every time they've had runners at the corners.
Yep.
He's going.
And again, Dexter, he had an RBI double in the round of 8 against Leominster. Was 2 for 2 in that game. This is Greg Domino, the right fielder, who is struck out looking and flown out to right and gets around on that foul ball.
This is an offense that scored 33 runs in their 4 state tournament appearances thus far.
Yeah.
You can see why. You really can. If you don't play near perfect baseball, their lineup, their speed, their attacking nature, you put a lot of pressure on a defense.
0-1 to Domino. Fake to third, fakes to first. And it's interesting, the whole balk call thing, because if a balk is trying to intentionally deceive the runner, well, that kind of play, fake to third, fake to first, is intentionally
to save the runner.
And the runner goes to second. They let him go. Do we give a stolen base there or defensive indifference?
You give him a stolen base because it's a high school kid in a state championship game. It's not a 12-1 game or something like that, right?
Is that number 17 or number 11 heading down to the bullpen? If it's 11, it's Sean Sullivan. If it's 17, it's Mark Tagerman.
I assume it's not Sullivan because he's playing third base.
That's 17. Good thinking. Tagerman. Breaking ball is a called strike. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Greg Domino.
He's got to get out of this spot. This is a big pitch here. Base hit here makes it 5-1. And I don't know if KP's got the offensive juice to come back against Walker, but if he gets back in the dugout, maintains a 2-run deficit.
Low in the zone. Nice stop by DiFiore. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You saw Gately there. Said it was backstop. Nice play as he came back to get the ball.
And it's funny, this is one of those cases where in a tight moment, the crowd getting a little quieter. They all know this is a big moment.
Yeah. Yep.
Nervousness on the KP side. Anticipation on the Milton side. Breaking ball outside, swing and a miss. Gately went sidearm on that.
How about that?
Wow.
Different arm angle, different approach, and gets him.
That is a crafty, gutsy competitor in that situation. In that inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, a missed opportunity for Milton, but after 5 full, they lead 3-1.
This NFHS Network Championship event is presented by Safer Sports. A safety innovation company believes in safety through science. Safer's ProTech football helmet cover is scientifically proven to reduce head force by up to 72%. Learn how football is played safer today. Visit safrsports.com.
And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network coverage of this Division II Championship baseball game here in Massachusetts. This game being played at Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross. Only 2 more innings to go.
How many times you got in you? How many times you got in you?
I tattooed it on my arm. I'm reading it hand to hand. Took up the whole arm,
The fact you don't have a live read sheet and you get that out off the top of your head is really impressive.
And heading down to warm up for Milton, there looks like number 11 is going to warm up for Milton. That's Brian Foley. Called strike 1. Thank you.
Yeah, we got our action in both bullpens right now.
Yep. Thank you to Dave Blanchard, our producer. And timeout is called. Thank you, because they realized I had to catch up. Matt Kelly is up, is grounded back to the pitcher and struck out swinging. Matty Jr.
This is Robinson.
Oh, sorry. He was up when the last inning ended. I screwed that up. Robeson is grounded out to short and had a base hit to right field for an RBI in the third. Fouls that off. Count remains 0-2.
I like his approach at the plate. Just a sophomore, he does some good things.
Yeah.
And really, sort of, you don't often see leadoff players as aggressive as he is. You try to get the base, but he's a hitter, right? He's not trying to walk or anything like that. He wants to get on base.
Swing and a miss, and that was a sneaky breaking ball.
Big swing there.
Wow. Sixth strikeout for.
I'm with you.
Thank you.
That's what I have as well.
Yay, for Clark. Can we get that in there? And this brings up number 7. Have I mentioned Matt Kelly's a member of the King Phillip team? It's grounded back to the pitcher and struck out swinging. Open stance. Breaking ball. Just misses inside. 1-0. King Phillip with 4 hits on the day. KP's committed 3 errors. Milton 1. Breaking ball catches the outside edge, 1-1.
That's been his best pitch today. I mean, his fastball is electric, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But that pitch, in terms of what it does to the hitters, is really tough when he can throw, high 80s, low 90s with his fastball.
And painting the black with it. Just missed on that one, 2-1.
He wanted that, too. He gave a long look in and sort of like.
That was the same pitch.
Yeah, it was a little bit up, but it looked pretty close.
Here it comes. Whoops, swing and a miss, and that one, little extra pop on that from Charles Walker. It is 2-2.
Again, it's just top of the 6th inning, and only have a handful of outs to work with. It's sort of now or never time for the Warriors.
Low, full count. If Foley does come in, he only pitched 5 innings his last time out, so his pitch count must have been kept below 80, so only had to rest 3 days.
Yeah.
That ball is fouled away. Count remains full.
And that's where they're playing Wednesday is a huge advantage.
Yes.
I mean, not that we're going to see Martirano for KP, obviously. He threw probably over 100 pitches that went over Mansfield. He was outstanding. But that's a difference maker.
Yep. Yeah, Foley headed to UMass Boston. He's got an ERA below 1, 0.95, with about 45 innings pitched this year. Here comes the full count pitch to Kelly. Oh, thought he crushed that, but he got under it a little.
Yeah,
and
hit hard.
Yep, Finnegan out and then comes in and makes the catch. 2 outs.
Seems like this is my first time here. It seems like the ball hangs up a little bit here. I will say that.
Yeah. And the wind has been swirling all day. Now it appears to be blowing out again.
Can't make up its mind.
Check swing off the bat of the number 3 batter, Laguerre. Long throw across the diamond by Fallon, the third baseman, in time. A 1-2-3 inning. And after 5.5, it is 3-1 Milton.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network coverage of the Massachusetts Division II State Championship game in baseball. We are heading to the bottom of the 6th. Could be Milton's last at-bat. They lead 3-1.
Yeah, they've been as advertised. I mean, I think the KP's played well. I think the Gately's pitched a good game. Milton's just been the better side thus far.
Yep.
And Walker's been outstanding on the mound for them. Most people thought, sorry, I apologize, pardon. Most people thought coming into this statewide tournament of the divisions 1 through 5 that Milton was probably the best pick in terms of teams to win a state title. Yeah. And you can see why. I mean, this is a very, very good operation.
Well, I might live next to Milton and Quincy. I may be spending 4th of July with neighbors in Milton.
I respect that.
But I'm still a fan of the Hockomock League.
You can celebrate with them and celebrate a state title.
Yes. Breaking ball lashed towards left, off the third baseman to the shortstop. That's going to be an infield hit. That was crushed.
Yeah, that was hit hard off the bat. And again,
Ryan Kelly,
Milton coming up and attacking. You know, your 8-hole hitter has been on base twice. He scored a run, and now you got a guy in the 9-hole who's been ultra impressive as well. You don't often see this depth in lineups at the high school level.
5th hit of the game for the Wildcats, and Marcus Olivier has a base hit to center field, reached on an error and scored. A run turns to bunt. One hopper. Oh, Gately tries to rush it, gets it to first base in time for the out, but a successful sacrifice by Marcus Olivier. So they're even fundamentally sound.
I've been so impressed with him. Out of that 9-hole, what he's done at the plate and his speed on the base pass, that's a terrific bunt. I mean, I've seen high school kids really struggle with that, and that's a terrific play by that young man.
Coach Morrissey and 5 of his teammates coming out of the dugout appreciating that play. And again, if you're not a huge baseball fan, you may be saying, what's the big deal? That's a huge fundamental play.
And it's lost. I mean, it's cliche to say, but I've seen a handful of high school games this year. Kids just can't get that down.
Yeah.
You cannot get the bunt down, and he did it perfectly.
Yep. Here comes Gately's pitch. Leadoff batter Fallon into the gap in left center field. Finds the gap, rolls all the way to the wall, 370 feet away. Fallon's going for a triple. Here's the throw. Pop-up slide, safe. An RBI triple for Jimmy Fallon, 4-1. Wow.
Milton can sense it now.
Yeah.
Fallon's been outstanding at the top. He's been on base now all 4 times, Paul. And I mean, that one, just a tough set of circumstances out there in left center. They didn't communicate well. You got to keep the ball in front of you. And it probably should be at second, but with the fact that he was going all the way and the ball rolled all the way to the wall, it was going to be a pretty easy triple for him with his speed.
And that might be it for Gately. And we'll see.
He shook his hand and patted him on the chest and said, that's it.
I should keep my mouth shut because this is not an original comment, but I just can't help myself. Playing baseball this well, going to school, and hosting a late night show, when does Fallon have time to do his homework?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Number 20. Well, thank you. I missed it, but Dave Blanchard, our producer, caught it. Gately stays in the game, and coming out for KP is number 2, the second baseman, Brendan Weddleton.
Ooh.
So Weddleton was not in the batting order, but he played very well defensively, was part of a double play. And into pitch is number 15 for KP, and this is Tommy McLeish, a sophomore. Number 15. Yep.
I think it's probably the right decision. Obviously, every run now becomes that much more important with only 3 outs for KP to work with, and you're trying to keep this a 3-run deficit. But certainly Walker has given no indication that he's going to allow a 3 spot in the top half of the 7th inning when KP takes their last hacks.
So Gately, he went 5 plus innings. 5 1/3.
Yeah.
He's allowed 4 runs. He's still responsible for the runner on third. He's allowed 4 runs on 5 hits. 3 errors made behind him.
Yeah, defensive miscues certainly cost them, but at the same token, he did a good job against a very potent offense.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did. We talked about it. This is a group that's very dangerous. They scored 13 in their semifinal win over North Attleboro. They scored 10 in their round 1 win against Grafton, and this offense can get it going, and he did a good job against them.
Yes, the 10-3 over Grafton, 2-0 over West Springfield, and then 13-6 over North. My kids graduated from Grafton High. When it comes to sports, they were both outstanding musicians.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well said, my friend.
Yeah. Whoops. All right, let's get back to the action here. This is Shea Donovan. And against North, we'll say it one more time because it bears repeating, had 2 triples in the first inning alone, ended up scoring 2 runs with an RBI, and then had 3 RBIs versus Leominster. It is low, 2-0. He's lined out to center field, had a fielder's choice to knock in a run in the second inning and ground out to second base in the 4th.
Obviously, infield drawn in here with the runner at third and just one away. You have to do so.
McLeish to the set. Well, he's missing low, which is better to miss low than high. 3-0.
Well, he has not found the zone yet in any of his offerings. Obviously, you do have bases empty, so it's not the end of the world, although you do get into the heart of this lineup pretty quick, and you've got a pretty good hitter in the on-deck circle.
Called strike 3-1. Sitting at third base is Jimmy Fallon. But I'm in your way. You couldn't see him.
I kind of like him owning it and going with Jimmy.
Yeah.
You can go with Jim. You can go with James. Nope, I'm Jimmy Fallon too.
Yeah. Lofted to right field. That's going to find the stands. It'll be a full count, 3-2.
Get that ball a long way down the right field line.
McLeish taking us. Of all the pitchers we've seen today in the 2 games we've covered,
He's
McLeish
taken the longest.
Yes.
He's been the most deliberate by far.
Yeah. Breaking ball. Oh, right to the shortstop, Laguerre.
Nice play.
Looks the runner back across the diamond for the out.
Nice play. Well done. Well done there by the senior. Exactly what you want.
Yeah.
But he's had a couple errors today. That sort of weighed on him defensively. Makes a very nice play there.
We're not going to give Laguerre any credit. We're going to say great coaching, Coach Plimpton.
Right. Put him right in that spot.
Yeah.
No, that was a great play by the shortstop.
No, it was. Outstanding.
And sometimes those are the best kind, right? You don't have any time to think about it. You just got to react and see the ball come your way.
This brings Charlie Walker to the plate. He's walked. He's popped up and walked again. Walker hitting .413 in the season, 5 home runs. He's against the sophomore McLeish, righty against righty here. Third base, Fallon. Breaking ball, fouled, yes. 0-2. King Philip Warriors, King Philip Regional, for those who don't know, the towns of Wrentham, Plainville, and Norfolk, Massachusetts.
Well done. Located in Wrentham.
Yep.
Technically the school is.
High. 1 ball, 2 strikes, right off a 140. I recommend taking the entrance near the tennis courts. That's the sneaky
easiest.
way
That is the back way there.
Yes.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Gotcha. Nice facility over there.
Oh, yeah. Breaking ball off the fists of Walker, lofts it to right field. Senkaj makes the catch, and that retires the side, so McLeish comes in and records 2 outs. But another run for Milton on 1 hit and 1 more runner left on base. They've left 8 on base. And we head to the top of the 7th with the KP Warriors in need of at least 3 runs on the NFHS network. Welcome back to the NFHS coverage of the Massachusetts Division II State Championship game in the great sport of baseball.
Give it to me. So it might be our last time, my friend.
We're
on
at
the
Hanover.
edge of my seat.
We're at Hanover Insurance Park at Fenton Field on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross.
Well done. Well done. Well done. You've hammered it each and every time.
Yes. Haven't kept track of the balls and strikes well enough, but you've got the name of the venue down.
Yeah, that's right.
Walker. Is that a called strike?
Yeah.
Yep, in the upper part of the zone. Walker. Again, Charlie Walker came into this game 9-1 on the season. About 56 or 57. Oh, there's a shot to right field. Stays fair. And that could be extra bases as it gets by the right fielder, Domino. Brendan Senkash, who's played so well offensively and defensively, and they may call that a ground rule double. Oh, no, we got the ball in. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, got the right fielder sort of in that weird cutout down that right field line. It sort of scooted by him.
Can you see that? Looks like an orange Gatorade
cooler.
It's
a Gatorade bottle.
The ball bounced off the Gatorade cooler.
Yeah, that's a break maybe for KP, maybe just what they needed.
First pitch swinging a triple. Aided by the Gatorade cooler, but still right down the right field line. McHugh had a triple like that for Milton in their last win. Walker, breaking ball is high to Rudy Gately, who is playing second base now. He has flown out deep to left field and struck out swinging. It's 5 hits now in the game for KP. Breaking ball catches the outside edge, 1-1.
They need Gately to find a way to get on base.
Yes.
If they can get him on, they've got a shot here. And you know, home run, whatever, it doesn't help you much. You got to find a way to play 3.
Shot to the shortstop, McHugh. It's going to be a long throw in time, but the run scores. So an RBI for Gately. And the score is now 4-2 here in the top of the 7th.
And that's an exchange that certainly Milton will gladly make, clearing the bases and giving up the run and getting that key out.
Nice play by McHugh. This brings up Travis Crawford, the sophomore DH. Struck out swinging and popped up to the pitcher. Breaking ball, catches the edge, strike 1. Milton 2 outs away from the first state championship in baseball in program history. Take that, Braintree, they'll say.
Good point.
Both from the Bay State Conference and Braintree. Braintree has been a tremendous high school baseball program since, I believe, about 1478, or is it 1477?
They've been a machine throughout the years.
Yep. 2 strikes on Crawford. Breaking ball stays up, 1-2.
Oh, man. That did not miss by much.
Yeah.
That was outstanding. Walker is in disbelief he didn't get that call.
And I think the catcher might have said something as the umpire just patted him on the back.
Yeah, I think that's like I might have missed that one, to be honest with you. I owe you one.
Check swing. Goes around, strike 3. As an umpire, when I would miss a call and the catcher would say, "What was that high?" I'd say, "Allegedly." And this brings up Matt DiFiore, the senior catcher. Popped out to second and ground out to shortstop, and the Milton fans are on their feet.
Not sure you saw it, but Walker, before he came to play, he sort of implored them and said, get up, make some noise. How about that from the pitcher?
Excellent. And again, as these Milton players said, they would not come out individually during the pregame lineups. They stayed together as a team. They've said it's the name on the front of the jersey that matters, not the back. Called strike on a breaking ball. It's 2-1.
And that's been his fastball's good, but that's been his best pitch throughout today.
Hitting that outside corner. There it is again. Lofted towards the right side. Near the KP dugout, on top of the KP dugout. And the count is 2-2.
And I'm going to say this.
Yes.
If you're Walker, you've got 2 choices. You either rear back and fire this, or you come with that curveball that's been outstanding throughout this game.
Walker heading to Northeastern to play college ball, has 7 strikeouts on the day, has allowed only 5 hits. Fastball, one hopper to the second baseman, Kelly. Fires to first. The Milton Wildcats are state champions for the first time ever. And they seem happy about it.
Yeah, they were the class of Division II all year long. But I think the fact what you just alluded to, my friend, the first ever.
Yeah.
You can never take that away from this group. They are the first team in school history to win a state title. Congratulations. That was something. That's a very special season for this group.
And perfectly timed as well. What a sense of timing. The game ends and the rain begins. For Milton, a complete game victory for Charles Walker, now 10-1 on the season. An ERA below 1.5. Today he allowed 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 runners left on base, 1 error committed behind him. Only 1 of the 2 runs was earned.
Yeah, he was outstanding. He really was. I was impressed with his composure, his makeup, and his game plan from very early on. And you could just tell he had an approach. He gave up a run in the third, but since then, and obviously that run in the top half here, which didn't mean much, but he was really good. And just that sort of mentality, like I'm going to get the job done, and he did just that for his group. And their offense was good. I thought Gately pitched well.
Yes.
In defeat. But today it was Milton's day.
Congratulations to the King Philip Warriors on an outstanding season out of the Hockomock League, an outstanding playoff run all the way to the Division II final. King Philip today allowed 4 runs on just 6 hits, but they did commit 4 errors, and Milton left 8 runners on base. The players all ran out into left field. The coaches had to call them back. You've got to get the trophy, but how would they know? They've never won one like this before.
That's exactly right. You don't prepare or plan a celebration because you don't want to jinx yourself. They never talk about this stuff, and it's one of those things that they'll get the trophy, they'll get the celebration, they'll get the medals, and then they'll probably do it again.
Yeah. Congratulations to Coach Plimpton and King Philip. As you mentioned, so many underclassmen in the lineup. The future is bright for KP, but mega super way wicked congratulations to Coach Morrissey and all of the Milton Wildcats.
No, they were the class of Division II all year long, and they played like it today. I mean, I thought KP played well. I just thought that Milton's a better team, and I thought that played out. I thought this is a good game. Obviously, a few errors, probably more than certainly KP would have liked, but that does not end up being the determining factor in this game.
We apologize. We've got to keep the press box window shut because the rain is coming right at us, and we can't let it fall in the equipment, but we'll let you watch. They're handing out the medals. They gave out the silver medals to KP. Now they're giving the gold medals to the Milton players, and then they'll have the presentation of the trophy. We'll let you watch that without us intruding. Big ovation from the KP fans. And there it is. Wow.
It's a cool moment for those young men. It really is. As someone who's helped coach high school basketball for a team that's won a state title, it's the culmination of so much, and especially for those seniors, for the coaching staff, for, those young men that put in so many hours. And we talk about this a lot. You sacrifice a lot. There's a lot of weekends where you're playing summer ball, or your friends are going to the beach, or your friends are hanging out, and you can't do that, and you get to hoist that trophy. It just means so much. And again, it's one of those things that'll bond those young men forever, and that's really the truth. And congratulations. This is a first. We talked about this program has never won a state title, and that is really special.
They played like it. Sorry about that.
No.
They've done something none of their classmates have
Exactly.
ever done. Congratulations to head coach Brendan Morrissey, athletic director Michael Redding, assistant coaches Ryan Stoller, the pitching coach, and Nick Petchel, Derek Curley, Dan Sweeney, the junior varsity coach Greg Lennon, the freshman coach Mike Davis. Way back in my day, we had one coach, for crying out loud. But congratulations to the Milton Wildcats, champions of Division II. I'm Paul Healy. It's been a gas working with Jacob Van Ryn. Dave Blanchard has been our producer and running our graphics. And Mark Bassler is desperate to come in out of the rain. So we'll end the broadcast here. Thank you so much for joining us. The most important part of the equation, you the fans, watching us on the NFHS Network.